Good evening, one and all. I'm Michael.
Jonathan.
And we are the Sons of the Renaissance. No, we're Bro JMR.
Wrong show.
Wrong show. Yes, wrong show.
Wrong show.
Even though Sons of the Renaissance is a Bro JMR Productions, is part of the Empire, it's not. This show. So wrong show. So take two, click. So yeah, we haven't done a movie review in a long time. Our 3 cents. We haven't put our 3 cents out there in the world and of the YouTube land and the internet in quite a while. And matter of fact, we're halfway through the Pee Wee Herman stuff, and we should be doing those, but we haven't done any of those for quite a while. So we got about 3 more of those left to go. But
yeah,
today we asked ourselves, who are you going to call? And we are reviewing Ghostbusters! No, not that Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters! No, not that one either. Ghostbusters High C Ecto Cooler!
No, it's not that one.
Well, it's the closest one.
I mean, we could do a review of it right now.
We could, but it's not. They're not cold enough, so.
Cold enough for me?
Not cold enough for me. But anyway, so yeah, we're reviewing the 2016 remake Ghostbusters. Could you even call it a remake?
Yes.
Because it didn't have the same story. So, is it even a remake, or is it just a what?
It's a reboot. It's a reboot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer would be a craptastic piece of crap, according to everybody who had not seen the movie yet. But we'll give you our opinion on it, and by the time we're
going to ruffle some feathers with this one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
By the time the review is over, you will definitely know whether or not we think it is or isn't a craptastic piece of crap.
Yeah.
Because I'm personally, spoiler alert, I'm still on the fence about it.
Spoiler alert, I'm not.
You know one way or another, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a movie that has gotten, God, this movie has gotten so much hate.
More hate than I've seen any movie.
Yeah, and
in recent times.
Before anybody had a chance to see it. I mean, like, not even pre-screen reviewers had seen it yet. And it's the most hated movie that's come out so far, and that's come out this year, past couple of years, and it literally has only been in theaters for 6 hours. I mean, around here, we went to the earliest one.
At 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m., yeah. It is 12:30 right now, so the movie...
12:30 Friday morning. We went 7 p.m. Thursday night.
I mean, when the trailer dropped, it was the most disliked video on YouTube. In YouTube history.
I'm wondering about that. If people are just jumping on the bandwagon and actually just clicking dislike without actually watching it.
Oh, I think a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon. Because, like I said in the video in the little Facebook video I made earlier today, people just want to hate on stuff before they're not able to form their own opinion of anything. People see remake and automatically assume it's going to be crap, when I can give you countless examples of remakes that were as good of, if not better than the originals.
But a lot of the times remakes are remade because the original is crap.
Not in my opinion, but and I say that because most of the remakes that I watch are movies that were originally very good. I just wanted to see what somebody else would do with them. I like remakes. I like seeing people's views on things, in the same sense that I love cover songs so much. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it doesn't matter. You still have the original, and that's my whole thing. Okay, it might be terrible. So what if it is? It doesn't mean that, because people are getting on saying, "Oh, this movie shouldn't be made. This movie needs to be canceled." No, shut up. No, it doesn't.
No, the one that needs to be canceled is The Crow.
That one I will agree with you on. I have mixed feelings on remakes in general. I have weird feelings, but The Crow remake, no, that one needs to die. I'm sorry.
And I heard rumors yesterday that they're going to be remaking The Lost Boys.
I haven't heard that one yet. Big Trouble in Little China, yes. Flatliners, yes. And apparently Kurt Russell has given approval for Big Trouble in Little China. He gave his blessing on it.
And apparently it's Kevin Bacon is going to be in the new Flatliners.
Is it Kevin Bacon or Kiefer Sutherland?
No, it might be Kiefer Sutherland.
I think it's
no,
Kiefer
I mean,
Sutherland.
they were both in it. I mean, they were both in the movie. But, anyways.
Yeah. Anyway,
what were we talking about? Oh, that's right. We were reviewing Don Knotts, the shakiest gun in the West. Maybe we'll get a video player, a VCR player, and actually do a review of that.
Oh my
God. That'd be awesome.
Oh jeez.
Okay, but anyway, to get back to where we were, Ghostbusters, the 2016 reboot.
Yeah.
As we have officially defined it.
Yeah.
Shall we start with what's bad about the movie, or what's good about the movie, or what? Because we only have, I can't even see the microwave anymore, but like 12 minutes before the food's done, or maybe 10 minutes before the food's done.
Yeah, we're not going to be done. We're not going to be done with this review by that time. I have a feeling.
But anyways,
all right. Cast: Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, Chris Hemsworth. Directed by Paul Feig. Obviously, the guy who just loves working with Melissa McCarthy. Did Spy, Bridesmaids. Seems like there was one more
comedies.
What?
Some of those other comedies.
Have you seen any of them?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm putting them in quotes, because I don't know if they're actually comedies or not.
Well, lose the sarcastic tone then.
There was nothing sarcastic about my sarcastic.
Yes, there was. I know you well enough. But yeah, that's a basic rundown of the cast. I mean, the main people. Obviously, for the 4 females are playing the 4 Ghostbusters.
Which they didn't want to be called Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
They were against it for like the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
They were totally against being called Ghostbusters. They wanted to be called the Society of... What were they want to be called?
I don't even remember. Honestly,
it's like about a 12-word title.
Yeah. Because they were really trying to they were really embracing the science aspect of this. Mm-hmm. In the same sense that in the original, Egon and Ray really tried to embrace the paranormal aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
I liked the fact that they focused on the science, because there was a lot of technical jargon in there that I don't even know if that's right or not, but it sounded fancy and smart.
Yeah. What did you think? What do you think didn't work in it?
What didn't work is this. I don't know. It's kind of. It was a little misogynistic. Is that the right word? Ripped on guys a lot in general, but I think it's because maybe that they wrote this more for a female audience, and so maybe female audience can get it better.
How did you feel that it was? I mean, get an example, because I just didn't really see any of that.
Well, just little things like, spoiler alert, the final boss battle. That was kind of a shot to the nuts right there.
All right.
But I just really think that I just think overall maybe it was written and really geared towards a female audience as opposed to a male audience, and not just because they were all female characters. They were all strong female characters.
Yeah.
And so
I think that I think this movie definitely definitely seem to have an agenda of strong female characters and female empowerment. And I think that was okay. I think it was fine for them to do that. And I think that for the most part, they kept it. It's not that they tried to keep it subtle, but at the same time, they didn't try to make it outright saying it directly. It was just strong well-written female characters that are like, no, I'm going to do this. We can do this. Fuck you, we can do this, you know? So, I don't know.
What didn't work for you? What did you not like about the movie?
Well, I'll be honest, I liked most of it. I thought most of it worked. I can't think of anything specific to pick out that I was like, that doesn't work. I thought that Kristen Wiig's character was a little annoying at times, but again, I think that her character was just written that way.
Well,
she was what?
I just thought of something else once you finished.
She seemed to be the she was the Egon of the group in a lot of ways.
Nerd. She was the real nerd of the group.
Yeah, she was the real nerd of the group, but I also found it kind of funny that she was portraying that character, but she was also the only one out of the whole group that was kind of drooling on Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
I thought that part worked, and I'm going to get into Chris Hemsworth character. Wow. So, that was really the only thing.
I'll be right back. Well, I'll talk about, while you're checking on the dinner, I'll talk about the one thing that bugged me most about the movie, and it had way too many similarities to the first movie. Way too many. It's almost like the story was the exact same story, just tweaked a little bit differently. That's why I asked you, would you consider this a remake or a reboot? Because the overall story arc was almost the exact same as the first one. Think about it. They're in the mansion, and the person that works in the mansion gets super hella frightened by the ghost, just like the librarian in the library in the first one. They get fired from their job at the university. They get fired from their job at the university.
She gets fired from her job at the university.
Yes, and then also the other two, Melissa McCarthy and the hot one, get fired from the university that they work at.
Yeah.
So they have to open their own business. People get possessed, just like in the other one. And then the final battle, it just reminded me way too much. The final boss battle reminded me. And that whole thing, it was like a copy of the first one, just tweaked up a little bit and changed roles up. That's what disappointed me most about the movie. If they were actually going to do a reboot, they should have done a totally different story. Totally new story. And the fact that they did use the science aspect of it instead of the paranormal, that was good.
What do you think would have been a better run of it in the story sense? I mean, what do you think would have worked better instead of following the original so much? I mean, it did, but at the same time, that's kind of a generic, that's in a lot of ways a generic story arc for this kind of an ensemble action movie. That's kind of a generic thing, you know, get let go from a big company, whether it be, you know, military officers that get let go like in A-Team and have to go and do it on their own, you know. I mean, that's kind of a generic story arc, and yeah, I think they could have done something different. Maybe I agree with you, but at the same time, you know,
What I think
I do agree with you. I don't like the aspect they're throwing in of the colleges and stuff like that. Why not have them working in a lab or something?
What I think would have been better, what I think would have made a good